Hello, everyone. Hello. Greetings to all the participants. Thanks for your time to join us for this webinar about the Hytera HyTalk multimedia communication solutions. So it's about time, and we are about to start deep dive about Hytera's solution. Again, thank you for your time to join us. So today we will start the discussion and the introduction about our Hytera solution. The solution today we are going to share is the HyTalk solution. Introduced to deploy on public on top of LTE broadband network to provide multimedia services to the vertical industries. The difference with the legacy narrowband solution, the HyTalk solution is focusing on the broadband technologies and providing the broadband communication capabilities. So today we will focus on we will try to answer the question that why HyTalk solution is important to the industries and how what we can offer and what HyTalk solutions can help the industry users, especially for the professional mobile users, for their benefits, how to bring the benefits to the industry users. And the third point is why HyTalk solution is the correct or right choice for the not only for the industry users, also for our distributors and our partners. So we will focus on these questions, and I hope that today, after the discussion and this webinar's introduction, we will have a correct and full comprehensive understanding about HyTalk solutions and understand that which option is most suitable for your business in your local market. All right, so we will start. We will start the introduction about HyTalk series. So HyTalk is the content. Today's content will be divided into 4 sections. The first section is we want to have a quick understanding and the vision sharing about the challenge, what we see in the narrowband era, and why HyTalk solution is introduced by Hytera, and to share the vision of the industry's requirement from Hytera's position. And the second chapter we wanted to share is the platform, HyTalk platform we have designed for the industry needs and different platform options which are available for the business partners and for the distributors. Sorry, I have just been informed that the presentation is jammed somehow. It's stuck. Maybe I will redo it again. Sorry, let me double check it. Okay, now it's clear. Okay, very good. So the second chapter we want to share is the platform. From the platform point of view, we want to share that the deep design about Hytera for the different industry scenarios and our corresponding solutions to meet the different user cases. And the third chapter is on the application layer and on the terminal layer. After all, HyTalk solution, it's an end-to-end solution. So we will not just focus on the platform, we will also introduce the design understanding and the vision of the industry terminals and applications requirement, and to share the design concentrations from Hytera's view on the terminal and on the application perspective. And the fourth point is we wanted to share several cases and references how Hytera HyTalk product is improving and it is helping our customers to improve their work efficiency and improve their business productivities. So this is the 4 major directions. We will start from the industry requirement understanding part. For the professional PMR business radio business in the past decade, the dominant technology is the narrowband technology, actually. So the solution is majorly focused on to provide the reliable and stable voice communications, like the TETRA technology or DMR or P25, these legacy narrowband technologies, they have been proven that they are able to provide very mature, very reliable, satisfying voice communications. But as the society, as the technology evolves, apparently for the vertical industries, voice communication services is no longer satisfying the business requirement. For example, for the public safety, we need not only the voice services, we also need the video services. We need to ensure that the same videos can be streamed back to the remote command center in real time. So we need real-time video services and the data services. We have introduced for different industries. There are so many different kinds of the applications that have been introduced for the different business scenarios. So these applications should be able to run on the terminals, on field responder or field staff's on-hand terminals. And these applications sometimes is also strongly bounded on the field sensors, on the accessories assembled on the assembled along with the field responders. So apparently, pure voice service is no longer meeting the requirement. This is a very clear, this is a very strict conclusion. And then broadband technology is the trend, and the broadband technology is the main selection by the most industries. It comes to the challenge that how the legacy PMR users, especially for the public safety customers, who has deployed their own network infrastructures, how to migrate their traffic, how to migrate their business into the broadband era. So the challenge can be quite huge. Let's review them. First of all is the coverage concerns. So previously for the legacy network, the coverage is that they will, for the customers, they will design their coverage area and provide the dedicated narrowband network infrastructure for the target area. But actually right now, nowadays, the business activity, the business area scope is expanded to the maybe even on the countrywide. So the legacy way to build the dedicated or legacy network can be a real challenge. And for the broadband, if any customer is considering to have the dedicated broadband network constructed similar as the narrowband way, then the complexity and the budget can also be a challenge. Everyone understands that for narrowband networks, for the same city area coverage, for example, for the narrowband site, maybe we only need 10 sites. But if we are talking about the broadband network constructions, the site quantity would be significantly different. It can be different from the 10 narrowband sites become 100 broadband sites, for example, like LTE sites. So this budget can be the network construction, the complexity, and the budget issue can also be a very challenge point for the users to take into the consideration. And the emergency responding issues for the broadband technology can also be somehow challenged sometimes, cross-department collaborations. So we need for the customers, when they start thinking to introduce the broadband technology, the migration process cannot be done over one night. It means that we have to find the smooth process, smooth solutions, which can provide this co-hybrid, coexist period to provide the capabilities that the narrowband technologies and the broadband technologies, they can communicate with each other. And this cross-department collaboration is mandatory for the business evolution. So all these challenges is the real headache for the industry in the past years, actually. And from Hytera's understanding, so we want to summarize or catalyze the requirement, the industry requirement into different angles and try to find out how to mitigate these concerns and try to find a proper solution. First, on the coverage expansion point of view, so clearly that the narrowband solution can no longer be a suitable solution for most industries because the dedicated LTE network cannot, it's too expensive to cover, and the coverage will be very limited if we still use the similar budget. And therefore, public LTE network from telecom operators is a very good options to utilize. So and this is the reason why now many industry vertical industries, they are trying to find solutions to leverage the existing mobile telecom operators public countrywide public LTE networks. It's a very mature, it's a already existed networks to use. So we just need to find the proper solutions to build the communication platform on top of the existing network infrastructures. And the interconnection is the second concern, because for the vertical industry customers, they have their on-hand DMR, TETRA, or even maybe analog solutions. So this is as we just talked, that the migration process cannot be done in one night. So there have to be a period, a smooth migration period, which can to allow the coexistence of the narrowband technology and the broadband technology. And the third point is very important as well, is the budget, is the cost. So the solution, the broadband solution, at least cannot be even higher on the budget point of view, cannot be higher than the legacy narrowband era. So this point is somehow is strongly binded with the first point about the coverage concerns. So on one hand, we need the wide coverage, and on the second hand, we need to find the proper solutions who doesn't require high budget. So this is the three very important points which have been deeply discussed in the past years on industry. And nowadays it's very clear that the solution, the mainstream selected solution is to deploy a communication PTT communication platform on top of the public networks, public broadband networks, and provide these PTT services over the public network. So this is a mainstream choice. And accordingly, from Hytera side, we prepare three unique solutions who have been specially designed for particular industries. The PTT software platform to be deployed on top of a public LTE networks and provide the PTT services. This is as we call as push-to-talk services over cellular solutions. According to different business scenarios and different industries, we have particularly divide our platform into three sub-products, three directions. We call it as the HyTalk, HyTalk Pro, and HyTalk Mission Critical. So these three products they are designed to be oriented to the different industries, following the different industry scenarios. So we will start from the HyTalk to have a quick introduction about this product. So the first one, HyTalk. HyTalk is designed to provide the PTT services for the commercial industry users, like the supermarket, for the building security, for the hotel, for the factories, to provide instant PTT solution. And this HyTalk product is also ideal product for the distributors and for the dealers to have this operation mode. So that it means that we can easily, for one particular market, we can easily deploy one platform, one HyTalk platform, and to develop different distributors and dealers to sell our HyTalk services. HyTalk product can pack the whole PTT services, PTT product as a services, and rent the service to the end user. The business model of the HyTalk is very flexible, to be more suitable for the different commercial users. And this is the main idea about the HyTalk. And the HyTalk Pro product is focusing on the interconnections. Hytera ourselves is a main DMR solution provider on the whole global market. So we have provided our DMR technologies to the abundant industry users, and therefore we designed this HyTalk Pro product, which is aimed to provide this smooth and direct interconnections between this HyTalk PTT or the cellular product and the legacy DMR product. And therefore, for the customers who already has our legacy DMR product, HyTalk Pro is the perfect solution for their business evolution. HyTalk Pro can provide this similar end-to-end encryptions as they have in previous days on the DMR product, and also HyTalk Pro is able to provide this direct interconnection between LT, PTT technology and these DMR technologies. So this is the third product, which is particularly designed for the DMR existing users. And the third point is the HyTalk Pro, HyTalk Mission Critical product. HyTalk Mission Critical product is aligned, is compatible, and is compliant with 3GPP Mission Critical framework. So it's a standard, or it's an open framework and a standardized product following 3GPP standard, and particularly designed for the mission critical sectors like the public safety, like the public utilities industries. And the product of mission critical 3GPP mission critical can provide this prioritized services, over public LT network. So it means that the LT network can identify these mission critical data and transmit these mission critical services, PTT, 3GPP, PTT's mission critical services in higher priority compared with the regular commercial application traffic. And therefore, it's very suitable for the public safety and the public utility sector customers. Of course, it also to provide these unique QS services with this, guaranteed service experience. It also means that HyTalk mission critical product has to be deployed as deeply integrated with operators' LT networks. So this is three unique products with the particular designs to meet the different business scenarios. And next, we will have a deep dive about each sub-product, so you can have a better understanding about the capabilities and about the solution highlight of each product. So we will start from this platform, and then we will start from this HyTalk mission critical part. As we just talked, that HyTalk mission critical is compliant with the 3GPP standard, because 3GPP, it's an open organization community which is introduced LTE standard and introduced 5G standard as well. It's a global communication technology community. So 3GPP has noticed that the strong PTT requirement over broadband technologies since 2014, and therefore they established this working group, service aspect 6, particularly to define a working group for this aspect, to develop this open PTT standard over public networks, and provide the prioritized services to the public safety customers. The standard is driven by the global public safety customers, because the customers want to have these kind of solutions. And the standard framework has evolved since 2016 in 3GPP's release 13, as evolved in each of its following major release. And the latest release is release 16, and the framework, the 3GPP framework, has become very mature since 2017 actually. And nowadays, the major development direction is to define the standard interfaces and the process under 5G network, because public network operators step by step is deploying their 5G networks, and therefore 3GPP is also introducing their mission critical service framework to comply with the 5G standard. The main design target for the 3GPP mission critical is to provide the multimedia services and the prioritized QoS to ensure the service experience for the public safety customers. And the most important one, to ensure that the platform can be deeply integrated and utilizing the public network, public operators network, and therefore the whole platform deployment cost can be very limited. It will be definitely controllable and affordable platform for most of the public safety customers. From a Hytera point of view, we are a leading player on the market, and also under 3GPP's working group to provide this, to help to facilitate this standardization process under 3GPP. And on top of 3GPP, the existing standard, we also provide our enhancement to following the different industry customers' requirements. So our platform is compliant with the latest 3GPP standard, and we provide the enhanced dispatching and recording functions and even the mobile device management platforms to ensure that the end users, they can really benefit from the platform, and they don't have any concerns, any leaking point from their end-to-end business chains. So the solution, the solution architecture is elaborated here, like the diagram shows on this page. So on the APP side, on the terminal side, end users will have this kind of on-hand or maybe vehicle-mounted terminals, and we will install our applications, Android application, for example, into the terminals, and through the public networks, through these so-called RX or SGI interfaces, the deep integration with the LTE networks to ensure this high prioritized service QoS. And then on the platform side, we provide this MCS platform. Of course, the platform, under the platform, there are different sub-modulars. And then we have this MCS modular, management modular, multimedia unified commanding platform, and the recording platform, user location platform to provide this, location-based communication or dispatching functions, and a mobile device management platform. So all of them as a package, we joint package to be collectively deployed on top of the operator's cloud environment, and then through the firewall to provide this direct access to the dispatchers, to the customers who will visit the platform through the internet access. And the application design, this is the UI design following the customer's user experience to provide the similar experience as they have on the from the legacy DMR technologies or maybe TETRA, other narrowband technologies. And on the platform side, we provide this unified command and dispatch platform, who is also able to provide these cross interconnection functions across different technologies, provide this unified integration platform crossing different technologies like the LTE, MCS, or POC technologies, or the legacy digital trunking solutions. So this is the architecture of the whole mission critical solutions. And one very important point to highlight for the 3GPP HyTalk mission critical is that the prioritized QoS. So 3GPP itself has introduced and defined the particular QCIs following the narrowband, following the public safety customers requirement to ensure that the service provided by MCS platform is at least similar or no worse than the legacy narrowband technologies user experience. So this is very important. And to meet this target, these 4 special QCIs has been designed for the mission critical services. And of course, our platform, Hytera's platform, is compliant with this standard, and our terminals also provide a deep compatible with this QCI requirement on the chipset level. And this is user experience, as we just talked, that to provide the similar user experience to the industry users. Therefore, the target KPI designed for the MCS over the network is similar or is exactly the same as the TETRA or DMR network service KPI. Like the mouse to year latency will less than 300 milliseconds, and the end-to-end mission critical MCPDT access time is also less than one second, At this, for established group call, the access time will be less than 300 milliseconds. And the voice quality is also very important. The voice quality, it's from 3GPP's design. It's designed that the most level should be higher than 3.0. This 3.0, most level 3.0 is already, a very satisfied voice quality compared with the public network. I can give you an example. Sorry, I was hinted that the connection is lost. 我的网络断了吗？ Okay, 好了 looks like I was disconnected from the server. Let me recheck it. 你看一下，连一下，你能不能连？ I'm going. Okay, it's reestablished. So I will continue. Huh? All right. So sorry guys. I was disconnected from the server due to the network problem. So we have just come to the point talking about the MCS service quality at the design target KPIs for the service experience. As I just talked that this 3GPP has defined a clear target for the mission critical platforms and to ensure that the MCS product can provide the same user experience as the narrowband technology did in the past decade. Like the mouse to ear latency should be less than 300 milliseconds, and like the MCPDD access time for the group call shall also be less than 300 milliseconds. So this is the design of the KPI to ensure the service experience from the standard point of view. And the function and features from our mission critical platform, what we can provide is a very abundant, we have the regular PTT voice calls for the full or half duplex group call or private call. And we also have this, on top of that, we have the video calls, right? For the group video call and the P2P private video calls. And the data from the data transmission point of view, we are able to provide the multimedia data messages, and also for the multimedia message transferring data file transferring on through the MCS platforms. So this MC data through this MC data modular is designed to provide this capability. And the dispatching functions, which is enhanced on top of the 3GPP standard, we provide a bunch list of the dispatching functions. And this list of the functions is inherited from our experience. We have served the vertical industries through our narrowband technology in the past decade, and we have summarized and our rich experience on the dispatching and the commanding platforms, and we inherit this experience from the old days, provide this and to introduce the integration with our MCS platform, and therefore the enhancement on the dispatching part is our significant highlight, especially compared with the other solution providers on the market. Like these area groups, like the location G-spaced visualized command and dispatch functions, and the video one button video pull and video push, and also we are able to provide these cross interconnections between the MCS users and the other legacy narrowband users. So all these dispatching functions and the integration functions is realized on our dispatching platform. Security is another important factor security is, sorry guys, one moment. So security is another very important factor which will be mostly concerned by the public safety customers, especially for the customers who already who already using their dedicated narrowband technology. The major concern would be if I migrate my traffic or users to the LT network, to a public network, how I know that my traffic, my business, or my communication data are secured, still secured like the one I have in the narrowband era. And therefore, this is a very important concern and a very important point. So our design from Hytera's product point of view, we provide different layers of the protection and security design framework. The first layer is realized actually by the LT network itself. So first of all, 3GPP's technology, the LT technology has been developed in the past 10 years, actually, or more than 10 years, and being globally utilized by the public network operators. So it has the LT technology itself, the security framework is mature enough to protect most of the telecom operators. That we never heard that there's any telecom operators network is compromised due to the security reason or due to the lack design of the 3GPP security framework. So it's LT itself. It's already a proven technology. Its security framework introduced by 3GPP is already been widely approved. So this is the first point on the LT network, on the SIM card protection, on the authentication, authorizations, and on the ciphering integration protection. It's very strong technologies already. So this is the first layer to ensure the business data by the network. And the second point of view is MCS platform is supposed to be deployed on top of the LT network. And the MCS platform itself is also introduced by 3GPP, and 3GPP has considered that the security is a very important concern point by the industry customers, and therefore it has also introduced a very strong security design on the platform, on the application layer. The authentication, the separate and independent authentication process, and the ciphering from the signaling point of view and from the media stream, from the media traffic point of view, is also all well designed. From Hytera product, we have introduced this end-to-end encryptions for the very important media traffic for the industry user, and therefore for all the media traffic for the application layer, it's already been encrypted and already be ciphered by the application itself. This is the second layer on the application layer. And the third point is sometimes, but especially for the public safety customers, they may have concerns that the first two layers protection is still not enough. They have their own encryption algorithms, or they have their own encryption solutions. So we are ready. We are open to any third-party encryption solutions. And in case that customer has their own end-to-end encryption requirement, we are able to provide these integrations. So we are able to bring and integrate the customer's encryption solutions or algorithm solutions into our platform and provide these end-to-end encryptions. And in case that the customers they don't have any on-hand third-party or self-developed algorithm encryption algorithms, we are also able to provide our Hytera branded end-to-end hardware or software encryption solutions on top of these layer 1 and layer 2 encryptions to ensure that the traffic, the business data is fully secured on top of the transmission on top of the LT networks. So this is the security design. So through this security point of view and the service point of view, so we understand that the HyTalk mission critical product is particularly designed for the industry customers, and we are supposed that the product should be deployed and be integrated with the LT network to provide this differentiated and prioritized service QoS, right? So this is the first part. and the security on the HyTalk mission critical product. And the second product, as we just said, that it's a HyTalk. We call it as HyTalk Pro. It's particularly designed to provide the similar push-to-talk platform, but particularly designed to provide this encryption protection and provide the interconnections with Hytera's DMR networks. Let's have a deep dive about this product. So it's also a PTT platform to be deployed on the cloud, provide these PTT services or the cellular network. But different with the MCS product, HyTalk Pro can be deployed. They don't require any deep integration with the IoT network. It means that HyTalk Pro can be deployed even on a public cloud platform, like the Google platform, Amazon platform, or Apple cloud platform, for example. So any public cloud environment is suitable for the HyTalk Pro product deployment. It doesn't require any integration with the particular IoT networks. Of course, it also means that there will be no differentized or prioritized service traffic, service transmission for the transmission networks. And it's kind of the advantage and disadvantage. The good point is we don't have very strong binding on the telecom operators, and it's very flexible for the deployment environment. And the connection, the service provision can be through the public LTE network, 5G network, or even on the 2G, 3G network, or through a Wi-Fi network. Everything is possible. And the unique point, as we highlight here, is the narrowband broadband interconnection. We will have a breakdown in the following slide. The architecture of the HyTalk Pro is elaborated here. So the whole solution consists of the application layer, network layer, and the terminal layer, terminal with the applications. So the terminal layer, we provide different types of the HyTalk Pro compatible terminals. We have the pure LTE broadband terminal, and we have this multimode terminal. So multimode means that one terminal can work under the both narrowband network and the LTE broadband networks. And also we have these narrowband terminals as well, DMR terminals. As we just said, that narrowband terminals can communicate with the LTE broadband terminals through our HyTalk Pro platforms. On the system network layer, it can be deployed on top of the public or private networks or cloud environment. So as long as it's an IP network through the firewall, through the VPN, or even through the 2G, 3G, or Wi-Fi network. So as long as it's IP network reachable, then the solution will be work perfectly. And the interconnection function, as we may see on this layer, that we provide these PUC gateways to have these connections with not only Hytera's DMR product, also the other narrowband technologies like the TETRA technology or other vendors' DMR networks. Particularly for Hytera Tier 3 trunking product, we provide this direct interconnection. This is very unique solutions. And on the application layer, similar as the HyTalk Mission Critical, we provide this rich functions, dispatching, commanding, and dispatching platforms, provide these multimedia recording systems, user location platform, and the mobile device management product. And the service which we can provide, it's also, similar as the HyTalk Mission Critical platform. But on top of that, we provide these narrowband broadband interconnections and powerful radio over IP services. Pay attention on this, please pay attention on this ROIP services, radio over IP service, because it means that this product can also be considered as an extension of the legacy DMR networks. So for the legacy network DMR users, every user has their unique DMR numbers, and this radio over IP function means that the DMR users now can be extended or expanded over public networks and still provide the same same DMR user number. So this radio or radio over IP services is very powerful capabilities, which is very unique, innovative solutions. Provide this direct user-to-user communications. The main idea with this solution is that we shared the same user database on the platforms. It means that for the DMR trunking solution, the tier 3 the network solutions, the user database is the same user database as the LT HyTalk Pro platform, and therefore the users can be smoothly communicate with each other without any influence. So this is the very classic deployment scenarios for HyTalk Pro platforms for the customers who already have the PMR networks, so they can continue for the users can continue use their on-hand narrowband terminals, and the new users or the other users who is using the HyTalk Pro platforms, like the policeman, like in China, the policeman is using the PDT DMR technologies, and the city management teams and the auxiliary police officers, they use the LT terminals and to install this HyTalk Pro platform to use the HyTalk Pro services. And when criminals, when there is any requirement to which needs this this mixed group between the PDT, DMR, police, and the LT HyTalk Pro users, auxiliary police. So we on the unified command and dispatch platform, we can provide this mixed group and provide this unified communications across different departments. And therefore, the police officers who is holding the PDT DMR radios can directly communicate with the auxiliary police officers who is holding LTE terminals. And this is the product radio over IP, which is very innovative technologies and realized on our dual mode terminals. So this, first of all, this terminal is very powerful. It's the world first. This is the world first dual mode broadband narrowband dual mode radio headset. We introduced these terminals in 2017, and it has been widely used in China market. The idea of radio over IP is for the user, especially for the DMR users who is carrying this dual mode terminals. The PDT, the HyTalk Pro app will also be installed inside these terminals, and the user number HyTalk Pro is the same user number as this DMR users, because this device itself has the DMR and has the LT access to technologies. So for the users, he no longer worries that whether he is under the narrowband coverage or he is under the public coverage. So regardless where he is, he will always be connected. If the user is under DMR network, he will be connected through the DMR technology. And if he moves out of the DMR coverage but moved into the public network coverage, then he will be still connected by the HyTalk Pro, by the app through the public networks. So he no longer pay attention that which technology he's using, because the user number is unique under these two networks. So the other user will find him either through the DMR networks or through the public networks under the same numbers. And therefore, it means that we, through these RIP technologies, we significantly expand the coverage. It provides the enhanced coverage for both both public network and the legacy DMR networks. So the benefit is significant, and the users in China, especially for the Chinese police officers, this is a very appreciated services. This is the highlight. We want to have a very short, very quick highlight about our HyTalk Pro product. On the UI point of view, as you may see that it has been deeply integrated, and the one UI for both on our high dual mode terminals. One application UI is designed for both narrowband and broadband cooperations. and therefore through the same UI, unified UI, he can configure both narrowband network or narrowband network or broadband networks. And this, the second point we have just highlighted, that the multi-mode access with the same user ID through the different technologies. So he no longer, for users, he doesn't have to pay attention. He no longer concerned that which technology he's using now, because it's transparent. The network transmission is transparent for the users now. And the third point is shorter voice delay. Compared with the other legacy solutions, who is also the other solution provider who is also claiming that they may provide these interconnections with the narrowband between the POC POC platforms. The legacy way is through introduced interconnect gateways, and through the gateways work like the translator, between the broadband and narrowband technology. But HyTalk Pro provides these direct interconnections and share the same user database with the narrowband and broadband users, and provide a shorter latency and shorter voice delay for the service experience. And the fourth point is the security point of view, because for the users who is already using the DMR networks, they would expect the same. Normally, they would expect the same security design or security effect from the HyTalk Pro, and therefore we provide this end-to-end full end-to-end encryption security framework between the legacy DMR technology and the LTE technology. So on the application layer, we provide the same encryption algorithms. So this is the main idea. This is the breakdown about the highlight of the HyTalk Pro. So first of all, safety point of view, as we just mentioned, that they are the same, inherit from the legacy DMR network, provide this enhanced end-to-end security design. And the interconnection point of view is the unique point of the HyTalk Pro, provide this direct IP interconnections and the seamless user experience under the different technologies. And not to mention that it's a cost-effective solution. By introducing HyTalk Pro, it means that for the customers, they may no longer need expand their DMR coverage, because right now they can leverage the existing public networks. Of course, if there is any area where the public LTE network is not covered, then still maybe the legacy network expansion is still necessary. But anyway, through the introduction of this, HyTalk Pro, the utilization of the public networks significantly improved the customer's coverage. So this is a very, very beneficial point for the user who is deploying the platform. So this is the third point, which we particularly designed for the legacy DMR users. The third sub-product under the HyTalk platform solution. So next, we will talk about this HyTalk platform. This product is particularly designed for the commercial industry, like as we just mentioned, like the hotels, security, supermarket, factories. Who the industry users who previously used the DMR layer 1 or layer 2 technologies, and for those users, HyTalk product is a perfect solution. So first, from the architecture point of view, it's similar with the HyTalk Pro, to be deployed on top of public network or private network. Doesn't require any interconnection or deep integration with any particular network providers. And the terminal is very flexible, and we provide the different types of the different levels of the POC terminals. So from the architecture point of view, all these three products, they are more or less the same. And the business operation mode, this is the point which we want to highlight and which we want to share with our partners and with our customers. So HyTalk product is designed for like the to replace to penetrate the market where users is using the DMR tier 1 and tier 2, and therefore for this product marketing penetration, we expect that we want to leverage with the partner and the dealers as well. So partner and dealers, our partner and dealers can deploy their own platform and they develop the marketing, develop the marketing by introduce the layer 1 dealer or layer 2, layer 3 multi-layer multi-architectural distributor to provide the services. And we can sell not the platform, not the terminals, but sell the services to the end users. So that the users who is previously going to buy the DMR radios, for example, using their capex budget, now can be converted to using their OPEX budget to buy the services from the service provider, from our partners or distributors or dealers. And the product, HyTalk product platform itself provides this very architecture, very powerful portal operation portals to allow the partners and dealers to develop and to sell the services by the different layers, So the users and the dealers can directly visit on their portal and buy the credit or buy the service credit or recharge their service credit. So the business model of HyTalk is different with the HyTalk Pro and the HyTalk Mission Critical. This is the unique point. It means that it's very suitable for our partners to quickly deploy their own platform and develop their local market by this portal. Okay, so this is the unique point. And on the service provision point of view, HyTalk is also introducing multiple very innovative technologies. So on the platform itself, it's also support, despite that it's for the commercial users, but it still provides this active standby architecture to ensure the most redundant and reliable solution for the platform. And for the HyTalk product, we also introduced this anti-weakness technology, so it can provide a very stable and very clear voice user experience even under the very weak network signals. We have checked, we have tested this service experience under the 2G signals. Sometimes if the user moved out of the 4G networks and the mobile phone is switched back to 2G, 3G network with very limited data throughput to the network, still the user voice quality is still very good. We've introduced multiple these kind of the anti-weak network technologies. And the traffic consumption of the terminal is also being fully optimized compared with the legacy regular POC solutions on the market. HyTalk network traffic consumption is 3 times. We have checked is 3 times less than the other mainstream players on the market. It means that for the users, it will save not only the traffic consumption for its package, it also means that it will help save the power battery of the terminals. So the terminal will work for a longer time compared with the similar solution providers. 30%, the third point we highlighted here. So we have 30% longer battery lifetime cycle, for one charger. This is very important point for the field operators, so they don't have to frequently, charge the terminals. And the code we use for the voice transmission, for the audio code is very this EVS coding. EVS is the enhanced voice services coding. It's a very cutting edge technology. So through this EVS code, compared with the legacy AMR technologies, it significantly improves this voice quality, but still require the lower and less network transmission bandwidth. So this is the concentration point which we have introduced on the platform layer on the HyTalk. So now we have basically finished the introduction of the HyTalk platform. We have introduced the HyTalk Pro, HyTalk Mission Critical, and HyTalk itself to provide the different services toward the different vertical industries. But the platform itself is not enough because from Hytera, we are end-to-end solution providers. So on top of the platform, we are also providing the terminals and applications on top of the platform. Therefore, we can provide this comprehensive end-to-end closed cycle solutions to the end users. You don't have to seek the other options to fulfill, to complement their business requirement. The first platform from the application point of view, the first application we wanted to share is the one which I already repeated a lot of time, this powerful command and dispatch functions. So this is inside our Hytera product family. This command dispatch platform is a unique product. So it can be integrated with our HyTalk Mission Critical. It can also be integrated with our HyTalk Pro and HyTalk product. It can even be integrated and connected with our legacy narrowband technologies like the DMR technology or TETRA technology. So provide this joint cross-technology, joint and unified command and dispatch functions. Visualized even. It can also be connected with the CCTV platform in case customer has their CCTV terminals. So we can transfer the CCTV, for example, we can transfer the CCTV cameras in real time to the HyTalk users. The second powerful product we want to highlight is this multimedia recording and playback systems. It's very important for the industry users. Through this platform, it can record all the messages, all the calls record, and even for the videos, for the video calls or multimedia messages. So everything will be restored for the playback and for the retrieve purpose. It's especially for the public safety customer. This is a very unique product. We have begun to use this product since our narrowband era for the DMR and the TETRA for the voice services. Now we have improved and expanded this product to support the multimedia, support the data and video storing as well. MDM product is another very important product, especially for the group users. So the terminals different with the normal users, commercial consumer devices. The industry, this ruggedized industry terminals is a very important asset for the organizations, and they are very important business data stored inside the terminals, inside this terminal, and therefore the management of this terminal is crucial for the business owner from the business organization point of view, and therefore we provide this unified terminal management platform. This device management platform can remotely control all these devices, not only the legacy narrowband terminals, but also the broadband terminals through the APIs and through the interfaces. So the operators or dispatchers can remotely control the devices. For the LT terminals, for example, he can remotely control the application list, for example, to ensure that only the allowed applications can be installed on the user's LT headset. And any activities, unallowed activities can be traced, can be recorded, or even can be alarmed by the background, by the server side, by the dispatcher. And in case that the terminal is lost somewhere, the operator may have the possibility to remotely erase all the critical or crucial data stored on that terminal. So it's very important management tools for the device management. And the next point is on the terminal side. We all understand that Hytera is an industry-leading provider on the market for the different types of the terminals. So we have introduced different types of the terminals to compatible with our HyTalk platform for different different vertical industries, business scenarios. We have the entry level, for example, the entry level PNC 380 very cost-effective solutions, and we have LTE-only high-level PTC680 for the users who will install a lot of applications on their LTE headset. We also have these dual mode terminals like this PTC550 or PTC760, these multimode terminals, who is able to provide this both provide the network access simultaneously to the LTE network and to the narrowband networks, and therefore for the users who is using the narrowband radios now and the telephones, smartphones, who previously is using the two terminals now, they just need to carry one terminals now. So their applications, their business applications can be installed on these Android-based smartphones. At the same time, it can continuously using their legacy narrowband services. And the VM780 is a body-worn camera. It's very, it's a mainstream choice now for most of the country's public safety officers, because it's very crucial for the field situation recording to avoid to increase the transparency of the work, in enforcement field enforcement operations, and also to protect the proofs. And therefore, this kind of the body-worn camera is a very popular choice now. And we have introduced our body-worn camera with the PTT button. Therefore, and it's based on Android platform, and therefore we can also install our HyTalk app inside this body-worn camera. So to allow the possibility that the camera can also work as a radio for the communication purpose. So it will be one device for the multiple purpose. Okay, so this is from the terminal point of view. At last, we wanted to share several user experiences from the globally, where we have where we expect that the other partners and the distributors can review and can learn. The first one is our cooperation with Megaphone in Russia to provide these mission critical services to the local vertical industries. Megaphone is the top 3 operators in Russia. He has the quickest, fastest LTE networks in Russia as claimed. So we cooperated with Megaphone since 2019, and the service provided is already under quick development. Now the targeting users for the platform is crossing different vertical industries. And the business model of this project is that Megaphone will deploy a joint, a unified platform and provide the services to different end users. And the platform itself provides this multi-channel technologies. We call it as the VPN services, so that different organization users, they can share the same platform without their data, to be cross-checked. So all the service data for the different organizations are isolated with each other on the same platform. And this is another example. In Canada, we have there. In North America, we provide the end-to-end solutions, not only the terminals, the HyTalk platform, also the LTE network infrastructure as well, to provide these end-to-end solutions. And on top of this platform and on top of the LTE networks, the users is introducing not only this instant multimedia communications, they are also introducing their IoT technology, and through the LTE network build their remote operation center, and therefore they can remotely control their machines under the ground. And in China, for the Shanghai government network, who is previously using the TETRA technologies, but as the new business requirement, they need the radio recording and they need the indoor coverage. The TETRA network cannot provide their indoor coverage, but now, as more and more tall buildings arrive in Shanghai city, so the indoor coverage and indoor signals is a headache for them. And we compared it. We talked with the local telecom operators, and we provided these HyTalk Pro solutions to provide this HyTalk solution, and to provide through the mobile telecom operators cooperation, provide the enhanced signals for the indoor scenarios. and it's very highly appreciated by its customers. And we believe that now the project is move on. So in the next years, we will we will reach a milestone around 50% of the Shanghai policemen will carry our dual mode terminals with the TETRA access still and with PTC760 and with HyTalk Pro installed to provide this indoor seamlessly communications. And China Auxiliary Police, this is a big team in China City. They will auxiliary police help the police officer to finish the street security workforce and cover the corners, cover almost all the streets on the main big cities. As the challenge is that for the police officers, generally they use PDT radios, but the PDT radio is actually quite expensive. And for the auxiliary police, we cannot. The team is very big. They cannot afford that each of them carry PDT radios. And entry-level LT radios is a mandatory requirement, and therefore we provide this HyTalk Pro solution to provide the PNC370 entry-level LT radios for the big team of the auxiliary police, and provide this cross connection function with the police officers through the PDT networks. And it's also be highly appreciated in the in several main cities. And the solution is step by step, gradually penetrating almost all the big cities in China now. And this is another demo project. It's one idea we want to share. Is that for the road management and for the city management, for such kind of public utility customers. So they expect that they have these joint connections with their existing DMR users, but they cannot ensure that for this public utility department, they cannot afford to build their own DMR networks and still get the same experience as the MOI or other police officer department. And therefore we provide these HyTalk solutions. And on top of the platform, we provide the unified command and dispatch platform to interconnect and integrate their road management utility and city management utility with their MOI department. And this, therefore, on the DIT level, they will be able to have this cross interconnections between the different departments. Similar architecture with the previous samples. For HyTalk, on the other hand, it has been the previous samples. They are either HyTalk Pro or HyTalk Mission Criticals. On the HyTalk, for the consumers, for the commercial market, it has been also widely used globally. In China, for example, we cooperate with Wanke. It's our China's leading property management company. We provide for their property management, for the district and management, they are widely using our POC solutions. And for another city, Xi'an Railway Bureau, we provide our about 30 stations and sections for their railway business, and for the metro business, for the railway stations communications. They are all being widely used. So this is some ideas to enlighten our partners that the platform, the product itself is widely suitable for different vertical industries, and the user scenarios is generally can cover almost all the legacy user scenarios. So for the users, for any user who is using or previously used the legacy narrowband technologies, regardless it's the direct radio to radio communication or it's a trunking communication rely on narrowband networks. So for all the users, HyTalk is now ready for their business evolution and to introduce the broadband multimedia services to provide the evolution for their business. So this is the main idea. And I do hope that our business partners and our distributors can leverage our product and to have your local market development under the well directions. All right. Thank you, guys. So I think the webinar today is the presentation part is generally finished. So if there's any questions, I will select several questions in case there's anyone. All right, yes. Okay. 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 Thank you. Thank you for all the participants. Thanks for your participations. And in case that you have any questions or problem, please leave your questions on this webinar's question list. We will reply them one by one. Thank you, guys. So I will stop the streaming now, but still we will answer the question. Thank you. And goodbye. I see, yes. So let's answer several questions here. I see that one of the colleagues is asking about the VMS environment. So our platform is compatible with most of the radio environment, the virtualization environment actually. So we have been deployed on Amazon Cloud, for example, Alibaba Cloud and on Huawei Cloud. We have experience on that. And in case that customer is using any OpenStack-based NFI environment, we are also compatible with that virtualized environment. And we also have experience. We have experience on the VMware's virtualized environment deployment, so they are compatible as well. So generally, in case that there is any the deployment platform is a virtualized environment, cloud environment. I don't see any challenges there, even if maybe there is a potential adaptation work should be done from our side, but it's not a complicated work. I see a lot of colleagues is asking about the price level. So the price level, actually, the quotation part, it can be it can be more or less. I mean, we need for your distributor, you need to contact with our local representative officers, contact with our local sales rep, because they are supposed, they should provide the price for the different market, you know, following the local marketing regulations. About HyTalk Pro, I see one colleague is asking that whether HyTalk Pro is connecting DMR Tier 2 and Tier 3. Tier 3 is no doubt. Tier 2 actually is on our roadmap. We believe that in the near future, we will also release the version with that HyTalk Pro will also support DMR Tier 2 direct connections. And let's see other. Oh, I see. I see that one of the colleague is asking about the iOS compatible APPs, and he has a very good concern point about the Apple's push notification service. It's correct that we have to for the iOS applications, we have to use this Apple's push notification servers. It is true, it's a blocking point from a standard point of view. It's exactly correct. But and this is the reason why for the most of the mission critical applications, it's recommended to be installed under the Android applications, because for the iOS environment, Apple's notification push server is inevitable, and we have to comply with their with Apple's requirement, and no one can skip that. Okay, there's also colleague is asking whether the HyTalk platform can be used under private LTE network. Of course, it can. Private LTE is also from the platform point of view. There's no difference, you know, whether it's a public network or it's a private network. It's transparent for the platform product. Okay, colleagues. I think that's all for today. Again, thank you for your participation. Thanks and goodbye. Hope to see you next time.